You all know the story about the sword and the stone, and how the great Arthur Pendragon pulled the sword out of the stone and became king of Camelot. But what if I told you it was more than one sword? The legend goes that 5 swords were left on Earth by the Magic Mother and her husband, the Dark Magic Father. The story goes that 5 humans lost their genie to the forces of darkness. They would end up wishing that the Power Rangers didn't exist, which would upset the balance of power. The 5 humans set out on a journey to fix the dark wish that was made. Once they made it to the other side, they would find a door that would take them to the Tribunal of Magic, where they were faced with 3 figures of great power. They pleaded with them to reverse the wish that was made. They would agree to hear them out, so they would send them back to their world to watch them. After watching the Rangers' good deeds to help people around them and fight for all that is good and give the Rangers what they wanted and reverse the wish to give them new powers. After that, the Tribunal of Magic had a meeting. Black would be the first to comment and say, "This can't happen again. Humans are too reckless and unthinkable."
I agree with you, but I also disagree.
Not all humans are bad.
You know it. I know it. Humans can't be trusted. Not now or ever. I'm going to do something about it.
You can't. That goes against everything we stand for.
Oh? Watch me. A black aura surrounded Black as he began to fade and disappear into thin air. The others were worried about him as they looked at each other. But then they noticed a mysterious man rise from the pool and comment.
Is this the Tribunal of Magic?
Yes, it is. Who are you?
My name is Merlin. I am a sorcerer of the mystic arts, and I need your help. A great darkness covers my homeland of Camelot, an evil I have never seen before. Please, I need your help.
Let us see if you're right about this darkness.
Red began to open up the sky, and the image of Camelot appeared above the air. A cloud of darkness was covering the skies of Camelot. But the way White and Red looked at each other, they automatically knew what each other was thinking. They would comment to each other and say,
You don't think he is really behind this, do you?
Knowing him, I think so.
We have to stop him before it's too late.
You know as well as I do that we cannot do anything about it. But Merlin can. We will help you. This is the location of 5 great swords. You must pick 5 humans you can trust that are pure hearts. Only those will become paladin knights.
As a portal opens, a glowing bright light covers Merlin's body as he begins to walk through, headed back to his world to face the evil that overcomes his world. We come to a mysterious dimension covered in complete darkness. One of the Tribunal of Magics, dressed in all black, found what he was looking for. The door inside the dark dimension. He would begin to walk up to the big door with ascended seals written on it. As he looked at the door up and down, he would begin to hold out his hand and release a force of power enough to break the seal that would unleash the darkness from within that was already leaking out. The same darkness that is covering Camelot. As Black makes his way inside, being sent to a cell that the Demon Lord Drago would be locked in. The two would be faced to face, making direct eye contact with each other. The demon lord Drago would look at Black with a devilish smile. He would say, "So, you finally came back to me." "Yes, my lord, to be a part of you once again. But first, I must free you from your cell at once." The demon lord smiled with a dark, evil look in his eyes as Black would unlock the seal without any hesitation. The demon lord would drive his hand through the chest of Black, consuming his very essence, making his power his own. Being fully powered and restored, he would say, "That was the best meal I'd had in centuries. Now my power is greater. This world will fall before me." Meanwhile, back in Camelot, now that the demon lord is free from his prison, the darkness begins to grow more powerful, covering every inch of Camelot. Up in the sky, the demon lord would make his presence known dressed in a dark set of armor covered with purple, dark energy, flashing with lightning throughout Camelot. Not too far from the demon lord's clouds, Merlin would appear from a portal, moving in a fast pace. He would make his way to the location that the Tribunal of Magics gave him. On his journey, there he would run into the king's court that belongs to King Arthur Pendragon. Like it was fate that brought them together, Merlin would say,
"Hey, please tell me that the king is in there."
The court guards would look around while pulling their swords out, and then notice that Merlin was standing on the cliff just left from them. They would tap the carriage, getting the attention of the person inside. The door of the carriage would open, the person inside would step out, first showing their feet, then the rest of their lower body as they field of vision change, showing their chest, and then their whole face. This person would be King Arthur himself. Merlin would make his way to King, and he would say,
Well, Merlin, what brings you out here?"
As you already know, a great darkness is covering all over Camelot. We don't have much time. I need you to come with me.
"I know that now. I thought it was going to rain. But alright, this better be good, Merlin."
It will, I promise you. Where we're going, we can stop the darkness once and for all. I already have friends meeting us there. The location is not too far from here. We have to get a move on, Your Majesty.
Merlin and King Arthur and the king's court will begin to set out on their journey. Not time has passed since Merlin and King Arthur left from their location. A dark cloud would cover the spot they just left moments ago. And the dark clouds, a evil roar would come from it, with being so loud it would be heard throughout the whole forest, to the point Merlin and the others would hear. Merlin would say,
"We have to get a move on. That sounded like it was really close."
"Yes, I agree."
Merlin and the others finally get to their destination. Meanwhile, the others that Merlin sent out for showed up as well. They would begin to make their way into the dark cave, one at a time. They each walked inside, not knowing what lies inside, spending almost an hour inside the cave. The darkness would finally make its way to the cave. An unknown creature walks out of the darkness cloud, breathing really hard as black substance type liquid spilled from his mouth. Meanwhile, Merlin and the others would finally make it to the tribunal catacombs, the resting place of the 5 great swords of magic, the swords of the paladin. Merlin would see a round table with 5 knights sitting at the table holding swords that never been seen before. Arthur would start walking up to the round table and take a hard look at the sword as it begins to glow red. A voice would speak out to him, speaking over and over. The brightness of the sword would die down as if it's chosen its master. Arthur picks up the sword. He would look at the long-shaped blade with the rune on the front and back of the blade. He would touch the red gem that sits on the guard as it shines a red light into his eyes, showing him the future and what to overcome the world itself. Arthur's body begins to glow red as everyone begins to watch, yelling out to him. A bright red light flashes, blinding everyone in the cave. The light would fade, and the others would see Arthur in some type of suit, dressed with a red hood covering a helmet, with a black visor, a red top, with a black undersuit, with a red sleeve on the right arm, and a silver one on the left arm, with red boots and a silver belt with a gold symbol on it. Arthur would say,
With this power, we can stop the darkness from taking our homeland and my kingdom.
Another huge light so bright lit up the cave like King Arthur. The others would pick up the swords as did Arthur did. Each of them would gain the same suit but different colors. One's yellow, the other blue, and the last 2 became white and gold. The Yellow Ranger and the others would say,
This feels amazing.
You said it. I feel really strong.
With powers like this, no telling what we can do.
Man, this suit feels great.
You guys look amazing. Now go and stop this darkness from taking our homeland.
As this team's leader and King of Camelot, we will stop this evil, for we are the Power Rangers, Paladin Knights.
Arthur and the other rangers would make their way out to the cave, but was met at the entrance by the same creatures that made the loud sound moments ago before Arthur and them went into the cave. But in the cave, the others began to fight the creatures outside. Merlin would find a green gem and an unfinished sword. With his magic power, he would bring together the gem and the sword, making himself the Green Paladin Knight, as his suit begins to cover his body in the same style as the others, but with a different look to it. Meanwhile, a certain somebody would interrupt the museum guide in the middle of her talking, not letting her finish what she was about to say. He would say,
You're talking like you were there.
The museum guide would look at Zane with a serious look on her face and say, Well, dear sir, I was there. You see, I'm Merlin.
Wait, you're Merlin? That's crazy. Would you teach me your magic ways?
The group of people began to laugh at Zane as he looks around and say,
What the hell is so funny?
One of the students would make a comment saying, Hey, dipshit, you're what's funny. She was messing with you. The museum guide would say, Okay, that's enough, everyone. Looking at Zane saying, Look, please don't say another word until I am done with the story. Thank you. Now, as I was saying, King Arthur and his team with Merlin would fight off the dark creatures and throwing them out of the forest, taking them out one by one. And then Zane would interrupt again and say,
Okay, look, I'm sorry. I just have to ask one thing.
by the looks on everyone's faces, with Zane interrupting the museum guide for finishing what she was about to say, the museum guide would say, "Yes, please, ask away."
Where's the diary at?
The diary is with the museum owner inside his office.
What's in the diary?
I am sorry, I cannot tell you that.
Can I see it?
I am sorry, but you can't. That diary is the owner's personal item. That tells the story what happened to the Paladin Knights. It's very valuable to him. Now, if you are done, I would like to get on with the tour.
Yes, I'm done.
Good. Now, if you all will follow me, I can show you the pieces of the Demon Lord's armor. Right this way. Meanwhile, over the city of Camelot, a dark cloud covers the sky as lightning strikes through the city, causing people to worry on what's about to happen. Shock waves were hit, shattering every building's windows out as glass begins to fall throughout the city. A 4.8 earthquake would soon hit after. Standing in his office, Merlin would see the same dark cloud from centuries ago. The earthquake would soon reach the museum, shaking the whole building, leaving people to panic. But as quickly as it started, it ended within seconds, being the first earthquake to hit the city of Camelot. Back at the museum, the owner would make his way up from off the floor, seeing his office destroyed with books everywhere and broken shelves and broken lamps all over. He would look right out his window and see the whole city covered in a dark cloud flashing with lightning strikes throughout the whole city. But not knowing that the earthquake would break a seal that's inside of the museum. But not far from the owner's office, Zane would wake up in a different location in the museum, not knowing how he even got there. He would say,
I could have sworn I was going the right way. How the hell did I even end up wherever I am? Damn! No telling what's even down here. Hope nothing pops up at me. I was getting knocked right back down. I mean, back to sleep, okay? I really gotta start talking to myself.
two other people that was following Zane end up in a different part of the museum from where Zane was at. One of them would say,
Damn, I was wondering where you were.
I'm not even sure. Looks like we're underground or something.
From the look of the walls, you could be right.
Anthony would feel on the walls and end up hitting a switch that would open a door. Samantha would comment and say,
Oh my god! How did you even know that was even there?
I watched a lot of Indiana Jones, so I just took a hard guess that would be there.
I wouldn't even guess that random switch would even be there.
Of course you wouldn't. Your mind is nothing compared to mine.
Okay, Mr. Smartass.
Shh, I hear someone coming around the corner.
Zane would hit the corner where he heard voices coming from. Out of nowhere, he would freak out by being startled by Anthony, causing Zane to scream.
God! God damn it! Where in the same hell did you come from? You almost scared the piss out of me.
Well, my bad, but you didn't have to scream like someone was killing you.
Well, you would have screamed too if someone would pop out in front of you, like you did to me.
Technically, you popped out in front of us. Only thing is, we didn't get scared.
I kinda jumped a little, to be blunt.
Well, she did, not me.
Well, okay, mister, I don't get scared. Anyway, what you even doing down here anyway?
Anthony would look at Zane and walk past him and not say anything. Zane would say,
Oh damn, you're not gonna say anything? With your rude little head.
Yeah, but you like it.
Wow. I just met you and I already don't like you.
Yeah, good for you.
Anthony would keep walking while giving Zane the finger. Zane would look at Samantha and say,
You see this?
Hey, don't look at me. I'm not in it.
I'ma kill him.
As further they would walk down the dark caverns, the darker it got, not being able to see where they are going. They would end up bumping into Anthony and Samantha. Anthony would say,
Hey, watch where you're going before you make us fall. You see I'm walking slow.
I could barely see where I'm going, so how could I see if you were walking slow? Huh? Please tell me.
I don't have to tell you nothing.
as Anthony was walking, not being able to see, he would fall down a hole, leaving the others wondering what just happened to him, leaving Zane to say,
Okay, that was weird. He just went quiet.
Yeah, I know. Hey, Anthony, are you there? Anthony, can you hear me?
Hold on. Let me try. Oh, Harry Potter! Are you down there?
Anthony would hear that comment as he was slowly getting up after falling. He would say,
Oh, shut your mouth!
What? I can't hear you!
Oh, come down here and find out.
I still can't hear you! We are going to come down!
I swear he is slow.
Meanwhile, the museum owner would make his way to his office after checking up on everyone after the earthquake. He would notice a flashing light on his wall, letting him know something is wrong. He would close his office door and lock it while walking up to a bookcase with only one book on it. He would pull down the book. The bookcase would then begin to open up as he begins to walk inside, coming out from the other side as the bookcase closed behind him. He will walk up to the monitor and see Zane and Anthony and Samantha on the screen, watching Zane and Samantha trying to get where Anthony is at. Merlin would say,
So they have found the path. That means the swords are pulling them towards them. Ah, damn it. Please don't tell me these are not the chosen ones. Please don't tell me these are the new Power Rangers.
Back in the catacombs, Zane and Samantha would finally make it to Anthony. Not being able to see where he is going, Zane would run into Anthony, giving him a big headbutt. The two would yell in agony. Anthony would say,
You damn idiot, look where you're going. Gosh.
Well, sorry, but not my fault. I couldn't see. You know how dark it is down here? Do you? If you would have said something, I would have headbutted you. By the way, you got a hard-ass head.
Well, because of you, I have a really bad headache. So thanks a lot. You lucky I can't see your face or I'll punch it.
Oh, you want to punch me? Okay, Skippy-Doo. Bring it on. I'll knock your glasses right off your face.
yelling from the top of her lungs, Samantha would say,
Okay. You two need to calm y'all shit, or I'll punch the both of you.
He started it.
Wait. What? No, it was you that started it, you dingus.
Nah, bruh. I don't know what you're talking about. You must be hearing things.
Look slow, one of the South. Get the facts right, running into the me with that fat-ass head of yours.
Oh no, you did not just call me slow. You Harry Potter glasses wearing, small head, small feet. I bet when you wake up in the morning, your feet don't even touch the floor.
How dare you? How rude!
Samantha was growing impatient with the two arguing. She would say,
Damn it! Both of you better shut the hell up before I break my foot up both y'all asses, to the point y'all won't be able to walk for a week.
in an anime time fashion, the two would be really scared to the point they held each other like they saw a black scary demon seeping from Samantha's body as she is yelling at the both of them. But not knowing a passageway would open, the walls would light up, showing them their way out. Anthony would notice a pitch black room that they are in being lit up. Once the room lit up, Anthony would cheap shot Zane, smacking him across the head, leaving him to say,
Ah, you bitch!
Shut up. I didn't even hit you that hard. Now come on.
Asshole! Did!
Oh, you alright? Come on before you get left behind.
The three would make their way through the long tunnel as they noticed that the light begins to fade. Samantha would say,
Hey guys, it looks like we're coming up on the exit.
they would end up in a throne room that looks like it's been there for centuries, with holes in the ceiling with beams of light shining from them. As they looked around, Anthony would notice three knights standing. He would head over to them. He would say,
Hey, check this out.
What's up?
It looks like this middle knight armor moves.
How do you even know that?
Yeah, how do you even know that?
You see the ground? It looks like it's been moved back and forth. Someone's been down here. Let's look around for a switch.
back at the museum's owner's office, he would see that Anthony, Zane, and Samantha would find the throne room that contained the swords of the paladin knights. Merlin would hit a button on the computer console next to him. The walls would open up, being a secret elevator. As he walked inside, just smiled as the doors closed, taking him to the lower levels of the museum, taking him to the underground castle of the Paladin Knights of the Round Table. Meanwhile, in the forest outside of Camelot City, a mysterious woman appeared out of nowhere, dressed in a full set armor with bat-like wings on her back and a snake-like headwear, dark purple eyes, and a smile that would give a grown man and women nightmares. She begins to laugh uncontrollably and say,
It is time to bring the people of this world to their knees.
To be continued on the next Paladin Knights, Episode 2. We are Knights.